So Ryan, we're gonna go with you first. We're gonna go with your hot take first. Your first time on the show, finally made an appearance. So let's go ahead and get his horrible hot take. We know you give them all terrible hot takes off camera. So go ahead and give one on camera now. Let the audience see the terrible hot takes that you give that are normally off camera. So go ahead, man.
What an intro.
That was a crazy intro. I ain't never seen an intro like that before. Jesus. That was a little extra in the mimosa. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of On Second Thought, where we talk NBA basketball. So if you love NBA basketball, this is definitely the show for you. I'm your host, Tramell Jeffers, and I got my crew with me. First, we're going to introduce our executive producer. We got him on the show today. Finally got him to show his face on camera today, Mr. Ryan Aubrey.
Yes, sir. You already know. Had to, make an appearance on the show. I had to just, drop box.
Glad you came on, man. Glad to have you. And then, we got my guy, Jerome Bradford II.
Sir.
How y'all doing today, man? Y'all doing all right?
I'm straight out the gas station with the fit on, He got the gas station Ed Hardy and everything. He ready to work.
Hey, man, let's talk some NBA basketball. We're going to talk about the playoffs and everything. But before we get into that, I got to ask y'all a question, man. Did y'all's team get the number one pick in the draft this year? Last time I checked, we had it, so I can't relate to y'all. Number one pick in the draft, baby. Detroit Pistons, man. And because of that, we gonna toast with a mimosa. Where y'all mimosas at, man? Let's celebrate with a mimosa.
Yeah, you know we have to put
yes, sir.
Some, just to
yes, sir.
But listen,
Piston fans today.
I know you're not here to bloat on no Summer League championship now.
Oh, we gonna have more than the Summer League championship. We gonna be playing around this time next year.
Orlando, Summer League, Las Vegas.
Oh, we'll be playing around this time next year. We gonna have
you might be playing around this time next year, but let's talk about this year and the teams that's still in it.
Okay,
let's get into this conference.
We'll wait our turn next year. But yeah, let's talk about the conference finals. You have the Atlanta Hawks and the Milwaukee Bucks. They're tied up at 1-1. And then in the Western Conference, you have the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers. Right now, that's 2-1, and you have the Suns up. Mr. Ryan, we know that you're a Clippers fan, so we're going to start with you first. Go ahead and give your takes on the conference finals so far.
My bad. Just had to smoke on a little Rudy Gobert pack real quick.
Oh, okay. We talking about, like you said, we're going to talk about right now. We're not talking about the past. We're talking about what's going on now. Y'all down 2-1.
I'm not worried about 4 games. I'm not going to say that the refs gave the game away, but game 1, we're going to attribute that, you know what I mean? I'm the accountant. So I'm going to take accountability. We lost game 1 and 2. No excuses. But the NBA did give that game away. If we being honest, they gave Milwaukee and Atlanta 5 days, a full 4 days and some rest and travel. They did not do the same with the Clippers. And you know why? TV ratings. What LeBron been saying all season out of Cancun. TV ratings is the reason why this season is a wash. However, my boy PG, he said it. He said it best. He said it don't matter if it's Devin Booker, Stevie Booker, Booker T. It don't matter. We coming. My boy, he's a bad man. My boy Terrence Mann been going crazy, and Patrick Beverly is locking him up. D-Book who? You said Kobe? Don't even disrespect. Don't even be that disrespectful. Clippers.
Why did y'all give Clipper Darnell all that camera time? My
Clipper Darrell, man. Come on, man.
You're Clipper Darnell.
Come on, man. Come on.
What's your takes on the conference finals so far?
Honestly, let me start in the East Coast, man. I think Trey needs some more perimeter help. I don't know if y'all seen it, but my goodness, we could go out there and make some shots for him. Kevin Herter, where are you at? Ogie, where are you at? I'm like, you see, I know y'all seen Cam get off. I mean, they might want to start playing him a little bit more minutes because Lou will look like he's about to wash it out and start assistant coaching because I don't even know if he even want to play in the games anymore. Like, I don't know. If Trey can't get $1 billion, can they stay in the game? My goodness, like they definitely didn't attack the boards like they did last game, and honestly, it just wasn't their night. Like Brooke Lopez did come to play though. I mean, know what I mean? So if you got like 4 or 5 people in double digits and Atlanta's struggling to score, I mean, of course you're gonna blow them out. And just in the West Coast, I mean, shit, Pat Bev out here breaking noses and shit and strapping, I guess. I mean, ever since he broke my man's nose, he been strapping, even though he was kind of, falling off beforehand. But I don't know, man. I've been kind of surprised to see Buck struggling like that with Pat Bev. I give him his props. I know Ryan been, analyzing that matchup quite closely and things like that. What you think about that matchup between Buck and Pat Bev?
Hey man, I already said it. He's strapping him up. He just chasing him around though. Remember, he don't guard nobody. He just takes people around and make y'all believe.
He running around, man, huh?
Pat Bev trick y'all, man. Like he play defense. He don't guard nobody, man. Just running around doing nothing.
Hey man, Tramell.
Tramell, tell him to watch that hard ass head. And how you feel about
Every time Pat Bev play the Suns, you notice somebody get hurt.
Oh no, Tramell, how you feel about Bobby Smurda getting off? Since you didn't mention the Clippers, I mean, my bad, the Pistons.
Man, we're not gonna even talk about Reggie
You can't address that.
But with that series, the Suns and the Clippers, this game 4 is gonna really tell it all. It's gonna show you which direction this series is gonna go in. If the Clippers win game 4, hey, they might take the whole series and make another 0-2 comeback. It's getting ridiculous, man. They just love starting off bad, and then they pick it right up in game 3 and game 4, and they just completely turn the series around. So if the Clippers win game 4, I think they take the entire series because I just think the momentum shift is just gonna be too much. And then with the Atlanta Hawks and the Milwaukee Bucks series, that's a good one as well. I know Atlanta just got murdered in game 2, but they stole game 1. Cam Reddish is back, so they will have some perimeter help now for Trae Young. And I see that being a competitive series. I know everybody thinks Milwaukee's going to run off with it, but we thought that with Philly. We thought that with the New York Knicks. And Trae Young keeps telling y'all, stop doubting this Atlanta Hawks team. And they're going back to Atlanta for game 3 and game 4. So don't count them out. I think it's going to be some competitive series, and both of them should go to 6 or 7.
We back.
Did you give that take?
Back to the A.
Or did you give that take because you still believe Paul George is going to propel them to win the series?
Honestly, man.
Wait, before not to even cut you off, but I think it was funny how Ryan, tried to slip past here and not mention those 2 missed free throws that
I said I took accountability for it. I mean,
I didn't hear you mention free throw though. Missed 2. Miss. I didn't hear
no last game. We're not talking about the past. Tramell already said it out the gate. We're not talking about the past. We moving forward. It's still more games to go.
Tramell, I just thought that was, you feel me? Funny that he
didn't. Carry that long. Where's Carry?
That's y'all guy.
Hey man,
y'all gotta break my dude nose to. I mean, like, never mind.
We're gonna focus on game 4 and game 3 for the games to come. So we're gonna focus on the future and the present right now. But let's move on, and we're gonna talk about something that's in the future that's coming up next month, and that is the Tokyo Olympics. You see that they released the rosters for the Team USA basketball team for the Olympics. So I want to know what y'all's thoughts are, and we're gonna start with you, Jerome, since you making the face and you doing all these hand gestures. It look like you don't like the roster, so go ahead and tell us about it.
I mean, of course, KD, Dame, and Bill, you should be, I guess, kind of excited, but I don't know. We're not coming in with the same prestige that we usually come with, like that fifth place, bugaboo that we just did is still sitting with me. You know what I mean? And I don't know, just to see Kevin Love on the roster. I guess Jeremy Grant's a good player, but I mean, is he Team USA material? I mean, I don't know, but now I guess I would just want to see more from the big position, especially if we play against France or Serbia. But I don't even know who's all playing from everybody, to be honest with you. So they'll still probably be washed, but just comparing this Team USA team to other teams, like how you think they would fare? Just to be honest with you, teams of yesteryear. I mean, like, I don't know. I think it's lacking a little star power. Even though, I mean, maybe it's because it's like younger stars, and you know what I mean? I mean, it's still got quite a bit of young talent, but I don't know, man. It's just like it's a couple players on there. It's just rubbing me the wrong way. Kevin Love. I can't find nobody.
Yeah, I agree with you somewhat. I mean, honestly, I kind of like the roster. It's not bad. You got your superstar, Kevin Durant,
But
you got Damian Lillard.
would they really compete with the Redeem team? Not like let's not compare them to
Not even
these other international teams. Let's compare them to all these other Olympic teams. Like, where would this Team USA team rank between all of them? Like, who will win?
I mean,
they could probably take 2016 Rio.
Probably they right there with 2016, but you got to think about it. We're not gonna ever see those Olympic teams again. The 2.0 Dream Team from 2012, the team in 1996, the Dream Team in 92. We're not gonna see nothing like that no more. The big name players just don't. All of them aren't gonna play together in the Olympics. We're not gonna see that again. But one thing I will say. This is a much better team than what we saw in the FIBA World Cup in 2019. I mean, you look at that roster. I'm gonna just name a couple players. I got it pulled up right here. It was below average to average players. One, your best player on the team at the time was Kemba Walker, and this is when he was in Charlotte. I mean, not bad, but as your best player, I don't know about that. But I'm gonna name some guys who were on the roster that really didn't belong. Derek White, Miles Turner, Brooke Lopez. Harrison Barnes, Joe Harris. Like, come on, man. And they finished in 7th place. So it's much better than what we had a couple years ago. So I will say that. I think we will be competing for the gold, but it's not a gimme, and it's not the same strength that we're used to seeing.
It's not going to be
the Olympics.
Hey, could you read that?
Point game is coming.
Hey, could you read that list? That man said
Derek White, Turner, Joe Harris, Brooke Lopez, Harrison Barnes. I mean, it's just average.
You have 5 options on the Team USA team.
Exactly. And no wonder why they finished in 7th place.
Offense. If they ever watched this, no offense, but I mean, they wouldn't even draw if they thought the USA team, they would put themselves on it.
I knew Team USA was in trouble when I watched the Pan-African games and seen Ryan Hollins starting at 5. I knew it was over with. I knew it was over. I said, "Oh my God, I don't believe KD's gonna play." I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't see him playing.
Oh, if he doesn't play, then that changes big time.
KD's not known for playing in the Olympics like that. If you think,
how would he commit and not play? That's weird.
He did that last time.
I mean, if he plays, then we definitely have a good shot of winning gold. But
is LeBron? If LeBron played and said, "Yo, I'm gonna play," then KD would play.
He did that in the Olympics, or he did that in the World Cup.
KD did that in the Olympics.
He declined to play in the Olympics.
He played in the white and blue team, and then left. It was like, I ain't playing. That's why they were struggling in the Olympics. They didn't account for KD not playing.
Okay.
Remember they had DeAndre Jordan and DeMarcus Cousins. They couldn't figure out who to leave on the floor. They was getting played. It was some close games.
I should have sworn KD was on that team, but
he might have been.
Isn't that when DeMar DeRozan almost 360 that dude from China and almost?
All right, so real quick before we move on to the next topic, I want y'all to predict if everybody on this roster plays in the Olympics, what place will they finish in? Are they gonna get gold or what?
Luka and 2.
Nah,
Okay.
they'll get gold.
European players play different.
Nah, I mean,
They playing for
it
their
ain't gonna be the same type. Hey, it ain't gonna be the same type goal just because you go to the jeweler and get your bottoms. You feel me? Dead. Don't mean it's gonna hit like the rappers. You know what I mean? I don't know what type of gold some is. I mean, looking like some fugazi golds.
I got the U.S. taking the gold medal, but let's go ahead and move on.
Are we doing the Olympic special? Are we doing
Yeah,
the
we can. Hey, we can. We can. Yeah, we can.
I got the U.S. losing or getting the silver.
He was about to say, "I got the U.S. losing the six."
Nah, he trying to stay on this topic because he trying to stall for the hot take.
He's still traumatized from the Clippers lose. He's still traumatized from that nugget, them dino nugget.
Hey man, let's move on to the hot takes, man. Y'all trying to stall. Y'all know it. Y'all got some hot sauce coming real soon. Y'all trying to stall from these hot takes.
We gotta stall. You know we gotta.
So Ryan, we gonna go with you first. We gonna go with your hot take first. Your first time on the show, finally made an appearance. So let's go ahead and get his horrible hot take. We know you give them all terrible hot takes off camera. So go ahead and give one on camera now. Let the audience see the terrible hot takes that you give that are normally off camera. So go ahead, man.
What an intro.
That was a crazy intro. I ain't never seen an intro like that before. That put a little extra in the mimosa. Okay. Now my hot take is y'all hot takes are trash. They be so soft. I mean, even production said your hot takes is trash. So now I have to shake up everything. You know, we just had a couple earthquakes in LA, so you know I had to shake up everything because this one is gonna lead to a couple wildfires. Because this one is wildfire. Give me 5 for every single person. Jerome, Tramell, Terrence, Taylor, Lancelot. Give me every single person, even Brittany, who's been on the show. I think Brittany owes us a hot take too. Who's been on the show. Please give me 5 shots of hot sauce if the Clippers get out of this round.
I'll take that.
I'll go ahead and take it too. I'm gonna take it too because I just want to see your misery. For y'all who don't know in the audience, me and Ryan, we got some beef, man. We've been going at it for a while now. He always talking about my Pistons, so I wish bad on his Clippers.
They got industry.
One day we're gonna have to set up a boxing match, man. We gonna have to end this beef.
Wait.
So
Hey,
whenever we're ready, we gonna set it up.
Beef. Let's be real. Y'all got industry beef. Aren't you in cahoots with him about Paul George? I mean, y'all.
I mean, bro, you hit that hot sauce, you start to get some sense knocked in.
Industry beef.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. I'd rather take hot sauce than see Ryan happy and see his Clippers win the championship. So I definitely take that shot of hot sauce. So yeah, but you go ahead, Jerome. Go ahead and get your hot take.
Hey man,
A pure hater. I'm a pure hater.
I'm gonna keep up with the trend, man. Know what I mean? And I like Devin Book getting that Finals MVP award. Yes, sir.
Okay. That actually is a decent hot take.
What else can I say, man?
That's probably your best hot take.
That's like in here. Is it just me or is it getting cold in here?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give mine. We gotta wrap this thing up.
Looking like the Everest College commercial.
We saw Atlanta get murdered last night by the Milwaukee Bucks. It's tied up 1-1. Trae Young, he only had 15 points. He had 9 turnovers. He had a pretty terrible game. But from the rest of the series, Trae Young will have at least 30 points in every single game. He will not have a game under 30 points. And if he does, if he has 29 points, I gotta take hot sauce. So that's my hot take. He's gonna score 30 plus in the rest of these games.
Hey, can we donate him a lighter, please?
Hey man, I bought the lighter off at the barbershop when you was still.
Hey man, but this is
I got
still lighters for your clients and shit for them $25 pays.
I got the Lakers what's it called? The Lakers DVD for their championship run you were selling.
Hey man, this was a great show. I enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun. We're gonna be back next week, and y'all get ready to take y'all hot sauce. Ryan, you got 5 shots of hot sauce, so get ready. We'll be back next week. This is On Second Thought, so stay tuned.
He didn't buffer his way out the episode.
From that cold tape. For exclusive shows and premium content, subscribe to the Polaris Network on Patreon.